Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the London session live stream brought to you by Monster Money Trading. This is your host, Connor Abrams. Let's get to it. I see you guys are talking about Ted and CoffeeZilla there in the chat. What I'm going to say is, it's very difficult to trust anybody when you don't know the full story, when you don't know the person. I was like pretty bleak about the whole thing when I first heard about it, and I heard about Ted, and I was like, fuck, you can't trust anyone in this industry. And then I realized I don't know his side of the story. If you look at everything that's going on with Andrew Tate, no, I haven't watched the new video. Why is there another video now?
Yeah, I dropped on yesterday afternoon.
All I'll say is, like, it's easy to take things out of context. You know, with the whole Andrew Tate thing, so much stuff is taken out of context. So I think he's really not a bad guy. I truly believe that. Maybe I'm wrong. But realize that these people, the media, they do a lot for clicks. You know, they'll put someone's head on the chopping block just for clicks, because it brings in views and money. It's a very what's the word? Hypocritical world we live in. People will paint someone out to be like a bad person. Meanwhile, what they are doing themselves is very unethical. But I can't say that I know either Ted or CoffeeZilla. Just saying. Look at the bigger picture. You don't know either of them. You don't know which one's telling the truth or the whole truth. Why do you give a shit anyway?
Hey, but besides that, Connor, looking snazzy in your new coat.
Oh no, this is old, bro. This is just like the warmest coat that I have.
Yeah, really, that's a nice coat too.
It is nice. It's from Woolies. It's actually very old.
It looks like generational wealth.
No, if I'm being honest, it's actually my grandpa's.
Yeah. No, but it's a nice
But
coat.
it's got like this fur on the inside, and it's solid. Okay, guys, so let's.
Very nice coat.
Yeah, shot. It's just like, what's the word? Like vintage? Yeah. So I did these mock-ups a bit earlier on. But one thing I just wanted to note as well is that market conditions are not amazing down here. You know, we've got pretty choppy price action. You had a cleanish move earlier this morning, but the traffic to the left wasn't the greatest. And the fact that we are, holding this support, you could just say that we are in a bit of a range here on gold. So what I was looking at was possibly if we could get retest of this range to come back down, but it's just a bit tough now with the current price action. Like I say, the way we've reacted to the support, I think it's going to be very tricky selling into this area. So if we can get that break and retest below 1928, those may be the sells that I'm looking at. We'll see what happens here on... Yeah, no, I think I'm going to stay out of this range. Stay out of this whole range here. Between 1928.5 and 1938. I just really don't like it. Zooming out a little bit. So we finally broken out of this range on the daily, and yesterday we still closed bearish. We're still holding below that range. So, you know, just based off the daily candle here, it would be nice to see that wick fill. But we need to also just take into account, let's have a look at this. Not like that. There's still a lot of rejections in this area. So if we are still above like 1930, I think anything could happen here. Because if we look at the dollar, just what I saw when I looked at the chart this morning, DXY, dollar is not particularly strong at the moment. So if we don't have that dollar strength, there's no real reason for gold to continue moving on bearish. Obviously from a technical standpoint of view it looks good, but you just may not have the volume. What's cracking here, trading view? So yeah, you can see this weaker dollar ever since Powell spoke yesterday. I just saw some of the highlights of what he said. Doesn't look like he's bringing anything new to the table, that's for sure. Just from what I've seen. He also did touch on some of the uncertainty over the lags from monetary policy. So as they raise rates more, that's going to have an impact on the economy. But those impacts take time for you to actually see what the effects are. So, you know, it's just touching on the uncertainty of that. We know very well about this situation. So like I say, nothing really new coming into the table. And as you can see, just not a whole lot of volume here. Yesterday, you know, we came down into 1920, saw a pretty strong rejection, snapped back like almost back above 1930. So very interesting here. Based off the daily, like I say, we do look good to continue moving down. But just from what I'm seeing with the weaker dollar, if gold is breaking back above 1938, I do quite like the idea of the buys there to fill some of this clean traffic. But right now, this is a range that I pretty much want to stay out of. I just don't think it's looking too great. One of my trade ideas was to get a retest of this 1932 area and see if we can form resistance there. But it's just a bit tough. It's a bit tough. And even here, even these sells below 28, you know, there's lots of rejections here. So I just want to see if we do break below 28 and if we can form some bearish structure, hold below there. So like I say, we could call that a break and retest. Other than that, looking quite chalked right now. Definitely not going to take bars off of the support. You don't have that clear directional bias for bars just yet. Previous 4 hour was bearish, although no bottom wick. Very interesting. So I'm just going to wait for London open, see what sets up here on gold. And then with GJ, overall, still bullish here. You can see the daily candle closed bullish yesterday. Respecting that 180 level, and looks like we may start to move back up to 182. Right now you're just consolidating, so if you break out of this range to the upside above 181.200, we could be looking for those bars. You've got about 30 pips to this resistance right here, and then maybe potential runners up to 182 for about 80 pips. But something I could see happening here as well, very typical of GJ, is that we do come grab a bit more liquidity from that 180 level one more time. If we can hold that level, I don't mind looking for the buys from down here. And I know that you've got about 70, 75 pips of range moving down. But personally, I'm going to stay out of these sells. And I did give the idea for members, and I just said, you know, take sells at your own discretion. I understand that we are bullish here. Because if you do get a break below 180, 750, this support right here, you know, you might not get that push all the way down to 180. You might come to like 180.500, and then that's your bottom wick for the daily, and you start to move back up. I'd rather keep my eyes on the buys here. But other than that, we're looking pretty rangy this morning so far. So yeah, I think it was a good call to start a little bit later today. I haven't missed out on anything here. There was this move, but this was even before the 4-hour candle close. So like I say, I haven't really missed anything here. Morning guys, how's everybody doing? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
She's bro, yesterday in New York session, that was the wackest selling, the wackest price action I've seen in a very long time, man.
Yeah.
But I wish you were there to see how it came down, bro. Like it came down. It didn't have a top wick here. It pushed 50 pips. Then it came back, pulled back 150 pips. Then wicked to this area. Flip and stopped there. Closed bullish. Broke the lows without a top wick. It was so strange. I was very happy to have stayed out of that.
Yeah. This NYSE 5-minute setup was the only thing there. But it was so chalked on like the 15 and 30.
It was ridiculous.
I don't know, bro. I'm not convinced with this breakout on gold yet.
Yeah, I think today's Fed is going to give a bit more clear direction because yesterday, like you said, nothing happened. We've got jobless claims today, which could also bring something. Oil inventories, so it's going to be an interesting one.
I think Jerome's just going to say the same shit as yesterday, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we see. I don't know if this is gonna hold much weight today. This could maybe have some impact. Will be interesting to see. Only really big thing happening this week. PMR. Maybe PMR will be the kicker. I think Friday's gonna be wild. If this PMI is bad, mark my words, gold's gonna be back up at like 1960. We can place our bets on Friday. Closest bet gets a Lamborghini.
Yeah. But Con, you actually have to give me my Lamborghini this time, okay?
You weren't even
Getting
close last time.
ridiculous. Dude, I was totally spot. Dude, I was the closest. Yeah. One of the closest individuals you can ever see.
I think we do that tomorrow. Tomorrow, London session, we make a prediction, see where the weekly candle will close. It's just a stupid thing that we did.
Tomorrow or Friday?
Tomorrow is
It's
Friday.
tomorrow Friday. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's not good. Dude, I'm still, the Monday public holiday has thrown me off.
Was Monday a public? Oh yeah, it was. I'm
Banking
wondering, like,
holiday.
my head is all over the place this week. Because I was thinking today was Friday.
What? I was thinking today was like Tuesday. Not yours. The life of a Forex trader.
Yeah, no, listen.
Jeez. Like one of those aunties, any time of the day, if you go walking my neighborhood now, just one of them is jogging. You can see that's not a bullet buns. Doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, they're chilling. London
So
open
on
in
the
10 minutes. Yeah, on
the spreadsheet, we're exactly at 3,000 pips.
Oh, that's solid, dude.
Insane, man.
That's really solid. For the year. I wanted to say something, but trying to hold myself back.
I actually said that.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you're gonna start to beat.
No, I'll never start beef. I don't have time for it.
You can take Niku. You can take Niku to wars. I feel like you used to say it's 75.
So I've been looking at this resistance on the 30-minute. Because one of the trade ideas that I gave out was a retest of this range. So we didn't quite get that retest of the range, but you did get a bit of a pullback resistance formed. It's just that your previous hourly was bullish, and we're still respecting this support right here, which is quite an intense support. I don't really want to be selling into that, but if conditions were different, you know, this might not have looked too bad. Also, you've got like 5 minutes until London Open, so I would definitely hold off.
He's asking what's our yearly goal for bias.
Nah, no goals. Trading is very difficult to set yourself like profit goals and profit targets because the market's going to give you what the market's going to give you. Some days the market moves 100 pips. Some days it moves 200 pips. Some days it's stuck in a 30 pip range. So, you know, I suppose over a longer period of time, you can have like rough goals, but especially like on a day-to-day basis, if you have a profit target for the day, your head is in the wrong place. If you say today I want to make even $10, or I want to catch 20 pips, which is not a lot, but if you set yourself that goal for the day, you know, you may reach that goal. You may reach that goal for a few days in a row, but the one day you don't, it's really gonna mess with you, and you're gonna make a lot of mistakes chasing that target. You don't want targets in trading. That's why funded companies are so profitable, because they give you a target. That's the whole challenge. There's a target, you've got a time limit, and you know, most people go and fail the challenge or lose their live account. It's all psychological. I think when it comes to trading, you just need to focus on taking it day by day, trade by trade, following your process, your system, and take what the market gives you.
Exactly that. I mean, there's no guarantees of what a market's going to do, but to say you're going to get 20 pips today, and then that day gold moves 2,500 pips, you've screwed yourself. Like setting goals, you
Yeah,
can undershoot yourself and you can overshoot yourself like crazy. The market doesn't move, market doesn't move. What can you do? It's like trying to sell a car in a dealership when there's no customer. Nobody's there to sell a car or to buy a car, but you there fucking going crazy trying to sell this car. It's point.
yeah, that's a good point as well. But I think what's more of an issue is guys chasing a target. You know, when you start to chase something, it runs. I think that whole aspect of like limiting yourself, yeah, it's a thing. Because if you limit yourself to 20 pips for the day, and let's say you're in a really good position that should be running 100 pips, and you just take your profit at 20 pips because, oh, it's 20 pips, it doesn't make sense. Your winners are never going to outweigh your losers. But, sorry, I
I
was just
mean,
reading
in
the
such
chat
a
again.
volatile market like gold, you by accident you can make or lose 20 pips. Like
Yeah,
to have such a small goal is crazy. But then again, like I mean, yesterday in the New York session, we planned to trade down to 1912, and gold came to 1919 as the low. We're looking for stocks below 31. Just nothing lined up and nothing lined up. It's like, what was I supposed to do? Nothing fit my plan. How could I trade? If I said to myself, I'm going to make 20 pips today, I'm trading off the back foot. I'm trading off a rubbish market, bad market conditions.
a lot of volume here to the downside. Looks like we'll close below this support. I like that we had like a bit of a pullback before London Open. So if we could maybe leave a bottom wick. Just these wicks, bro. These wicks. But on the 15, yeah, we do look good to come down into like 1925 at least. With this volume. Like I say, on the daily, we are still holding below that range. I think we look decent here. I do want to see like quite a generous top pick, to be honest with you. Okay, chat. So I'm gonna have sell stops here on the break of the previous 30-minute low. Stop loss is about 35 pips. So sell stop at 1927.750. Stop loss above the previous hourly candle for, okay, it's a bit bigger, 40 pips. So yeah, stops are going to be a little bit bigger, so just adjust risk accordingly. What's going on here? On my broker, it's 1927.7. A little bit lower. Our stop loss is at 1931.7. Okay, chat. My sell stop has been activated here on the break of the previous hourly low. Stop loss above the previous hourly high at 1931.7. I would like to see if we can fill that wick from yesterday. So going to have targets down here at 1920. got GJ news coming out today. Yeah, so I'm not gonna touch GJ this morning. I would probably wait to see how that news comes out. Yes, I'm in. This is our first hourly candle to close below 1928. So it looks real nice here. I'm going to look to go break even at 1925. Maybe secure partials there as well. So we're not getting that initial push on the break of the low there. But as long as we're holding below the support on the 15, and then if we see the next 15 break these lows, well, we've still got 5 minutes until this 15-minute close. So let's see how we close here on this 15-minute. When they raise interest rates, currency strengthens, right? Yes, exactly. Potentially UK interest rates will raise higher than forecast given the high rates of inflation compared to US. Yeah, that is actually something to consider and plan for. If they do raise higher than forecasted, that should bring some impulsive strength there to the pound. But if the rates come out as forecasted, it's probably going to be quite low impact with that initial interest rate decision, as that's pretty much priced in already. You'll probably see some pullbacks on GJ. But I mean, if they raise by 50 basis points, then she's should get a nice move to the upside there. Something you also just want to pay attention to is what is included in this monetary policy summary. Are you already in short? Yeah, I'm already in. Why are you looking for sells? I'm not looking for sells. No, I'm not looking for the sells here. What I did mention was that if we are breaking below the support, you could potentially come back down into 180, but I wouldn't be interested in those sells. I would rather see us come down into 180 and look for the buys. But I think you're asking pretty much the same question you asked yesterday, and I explained to you how I see bodies and wicks and draw up my levels. So this trade idea is essentially looking for the daily candle to fill yesterday's wick. Just keep that in mind. So this 15-minute candle looks like it's going to close doji. We're still below the support. You've just got that top wick retesting that support level. So we look good here once we break these lows to get that push. Yeah. I didn't hear you, Jared. You cut out there.
Oh, sorry. I cleaned little retest, so that's 28.8 level.
Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Should be styling once we break these lows. Yeah, you do have an FOMC speaker in 45 minutes. So yeah, let's just be aware of that. It's quite late there in the US. 10 o'clock, that's... What time would that be? Like 4 in the morning. Why doesn't man just go to sleep? See, I told you, these US guys, they like to stay up late. Kids don't sleep. If you're on UJ, don't know, I don't trade UJ. You can send a chart, I'll have a look. What are your thoughts on UJ?
Personally, I haven't seen trades in UJ in years. Let me set it up.
UJ is just really slow. That's the one thing I never liked about it. It's very slow. UJ bullish. Yeah, that's probably true. Anything to the yen. Yen is very bearish right now. Yeah, DXY is at a very interesting level as well, that 102 level. So just monitor that. If we break below there, then, you know, gold sells may be a tough one. But we're holding that level quite nicely, 102 there. And your 4-hour even close bullish, respecting that support. So it will be quite interesting. I was expecting to see a slightly stronger dollar after the hawkish FOMC. Even though they didn't raise rates, they did speak about future rate hikes. But you know, maybe we're just getting a pullback to continue on up. So we'll see if this 102 level holds. Yeah, UJ very bullish. Very bullish. You have come into an interesting area there on the daily. But yeah, I wouldn't be taking sells.
I was potentially flipping back bearish in the hourly.
Yeah, once we break that previous 15-minute low, it's tickets. Okay, there you go, breaking that low. Looks like we got some volume and we're going to keep pushing. Yes, sir. I'll just mark this up now as well, so I'll probably secure 50% at 19.25. So yeah, break even point, and I'll secure 50% there at 19.25. GJ whipsaw at the moment. GJ's just ranging. Consolidating. I believe if 30-minute closes below 1928.2. 1928.2. Yeah, I'm happy as long as we're holding below 28.8. But it would be nice to see that 30 closing bearish, of course. Five-minute looks clean. Super clean. Just a break and retest there. Fuck. Got that CHF news in 3 minutes. 23rd of March.
What are you looking for, man?
That last CHF news. Yeah, and gold, as long as you're holding below 28.8, I'm happy here. $15K job. Yes. Let's go, Nico. Chat says they'll give you 50 likes if you send us a video of you doing a 15K job. Do a live stream.
This guy will fall, right? Look at your 15K. Make a tag together.
Chat, if you're worried about the news, close some out here. This 30-minute looks like it's going to close bullish back above this level. Give it a second. Okay, chat. Tough one. I haven't closed out anything, to be honest with you. But we've closed back above that level. So if you want to manage, manage.
31 is holding quite nicely.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this hourly candle now. You know, maybe that's just the top wick for the hourly. If we are respecting that level, we could be okay here. And if this hourly flips, we'll be sorted. So a little liquidity grab with the news, but just trusting the higher time frame here. Previous hourly close nice and bearish. First hourly candle closure below this 28 level. Your daily is also nice and bearish. So stops are in a nice safe place there. We've survived that for now. If you're not comfortable with going back into drawdown like that and you've come not to entries, but you know, you're in a little bit less drawdown than you were, maybe you want to manage your position now. Let's go. Came out as forecasted, so I mean, that shouldn't have a major impact. Like I say, it looks like just a little bit of a whipsaw with the news. Yeah, that power closed bearish there. Nice rejection to about 1931. So basically the 30-minute resistance right there, rejected. You can see even though we closed bullish here on the previous 30, we were respecting this support as well. So we're still respecting that bearish structure right there. Flip, flip, flip. Amazing that we got the same entry and I did not watch your stream before I entered. Good stuff, bro. Are you still holding as well? So just some ideas for management in drawdown here. So I didn't close out anything as we closed bullish there on the 30. I understood that holding through the news was a little bit riskier, but you know, we got a bit of a whipsaw there. But still overall respecting this bearish structure, so I didn't manage just yet. But if price is telling us to you know, take off some risk, then I'll do that. So what I would like to see here is to see this 15 at least closing bearish. That's going to give me confidence to continue to hold here. If we do close bullish, then at that point I will manage my position, take yeah, close out some of my trading I lost there. But so far it looks alright. You see there on the 5, previous 5 grab liquidity, came close bearish. This 5 is also flipping bearish now. Holding it with both hands and feet. Oh shit. Nah, that made my day. Holding with both hands and feet. Thumb and feet. Jared, a year.
Be alive. But it,
A year.
yeah, yeah.
Would you mind holding the fort for 2 seconds?
Yeah, no, okay. Taking on.
Yeah, I'm only gonna manage here if the 15 closes bullish. If not, then I'm holding. It's 4 minutes until it closes. Just need to go to the bathroom.
Right. Very sad. When you come back, gold would have dropped. Now. 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 What are you back? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, we've closed bullish here on the 15. Closed a very weak bullish me right at this level. But you'll see on the 5 there we closed bullish. So that's a bit tough. Hourly time frame is still valid. If this 15 flips back bullish, I'll close out some of my position here. Should I say if it breaks its own high? It was very weak bullish. Like I say, still right at this level. So let's just give it a second. Respecting that 1930 as well. You can see 1930 to the left there is quite a solid rejection zone. So I'm still comfortable for now. But yeah, ideally we would like to see the hourly candle flipping. And we've got 15 minutes until this hourly candle close. So I don't want to see this 15-minute breaking its own high. Yeah, 1930 is a very strong level. I think the noise suppression keeps cutting you off, Jared.
So is that better?
Yeah.
Let me drop my noise suppression. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
A
can.
little bit better.
Yeah, this is better.
Cool. Now I was just saying that 1930 is also psychological level. So we'll see if it holds there.
Okay, 15 minutes breaking its own now. I'm going to close 50% here. Negative 20 pips. Got 10 minutes until the hourly close, so I want to just manage this drawdown here. Because like I said, I would have liked to have seen this hourly candle flip back bearish. And I think if we break the previous 15-minute high, I'll close full. So it doesn't look good, yeah. I'll actually move my stop loss into above this high here. So yeah, I got my stop loss at 1930.85. Volume seems very low. Why everyone waiting for a breakout? Yeah, volume is very low. And it looked like we had nice volume earlier on. Just not enough there to continue moving down. I'm like a pip away. Okay, there we go. Stops it. Alright, so negative 30 pips there. Initial stop was 40 pips. Closed out 50% at negative 20. Closed full at negative 30. So I managed the position, but very tough here with these breakout trades lately. You know, we had that hourly candle close below the support coming into London Open and just didn't have that volume to continue moving down. So yeah, right now, I mean, you're looking very chalked here on gold. Looks like we may just continue to range. And if you do get the breaks above 1938, I mean, there you're going to have some clean bars moving back up to like 1945 possibly. What's up, mans, bro? Thoughts on EU? Let's have a look at EU. EU looks like you are breaking above this resistance. I don't know what's to the left. Yeah, looks like you work your way back up to these highs slowly but surely. You do have this resistance to the far left that you maybe want to just be aware of. But this looks good to potentially continue moving up there. Otherwise, maybe if you do get a pullback to this level, deeper pullback, get a retest of this area. Yeah, gold is quite chalked here right now. I mean, if the hourly candle closes bullish like this, I mean, you're just printing candles side by side. Closing back above here. Maybe you start to move back up in this range, but wouldn't want to be trading up into this range. Definitely not going to be the safest play. Going based off their daily and the 4 hour, we still are bearish higher time frame. You got lots of room to fill that wick from yesterday's candle. So lots of room to come down into 1920. As long as you're holding below 1938, you know, there's room for us to come back down into that 1920 level. But it is pretty tough in this range right now. Yeah, guys, look, I mean, we're just ranging on both GJ and gold at the moment, so I'm not going to take another position here today. That's going to be me for the morning. Thank you so much for joining. Be aware of this pound interest rate decision later on. Therefore, GJ, that's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. If they do a surprise increase, I'm expecting to see some strength here in the pound, possibly move back up to 182. But yeah, just be careful with trading that news. Maybe even wait to see what New York Open brings there on GJ. Let the dust settle from this event and wait for New York Open. Good luck with that, guys. Otherwise, I'll see you in the New York session with the members. If you want to check out the Patreon, the link is in the video description. We'll get access to the New York sessions. Take it easy, guys. Thank you for joining. Cheers.